When a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. That is a statement that's widely attributed to Viktor Frankl, who, of course, he's the author of Man's Search for Meaning. It's a timeless truth. When people lose connection to meaning, they simply disengage and the work suffers. And so do the guest experiences. Welcome to Expitality Time, the experience of hospitality, because the experience of hospitality transforms the world. I'm Michelle Oliver, and today I want to mention one of the most overlooked elements of outdoor hospitality, helping our teams find a sense of meaning in the work they do all day, every day. In outdoor hospitality, we often assume the guest is the only one who gets to experience transformation, while the whole team is simply working. But that could not be further from the truth. The problem is meaning doesn't happen automatically. It must be cultivated. It must be modeled. It must be reinforced through the daily operations of the business. And when we fail to provide that sense of purpose, our teams protect themselves by checking out. They do the minimum, they stop caring because caring hurts when there's no meaning attached. But when they do feel meaning, the energy completely changes. You felt it, the environment changes. Guests feel the difference immediately. Yesterday, I asked a 23-year-old, particularly positive coffee barista who I encounter several times every week how it is that he keeps his sunny attitude. He told me there are two reasons. I grew up with parents who modeled the kind of behavior that changes people's lives. He said they genuinely cared for people and they truly listened to every one of their customers. And they did everything they could to make each and every moment really meaningful. He said that his dad owned an auto shop, and the way he treated his customers was no different than the way he treated people at the coffee shop, with attention, respect, and thoughtfulness. He said, I've learned that when I make someone's day better, it lifts me up as well. And that feeling carries into all these different areas of my life and everything that I do. He told me that over time, he'd come to appreciate these simple, everyday moments in life because that, he told me, is where happiness lives. It was just so insightful. He then went on to tell me that when someone was difficult or negative, the next person in line was often a regular and it was someone easy to connect with. And he wanted to take opportunities like that to make a difference in their lives. In those small choices and acts of kindness, that's where the real impact of hospitality shines through. Secondly, he told me that the entire staff was inspired and supported by one of their managers in particular. And yesterday, I found out that that particular manager had actually been demoted because apparently he didn't have the skills necessary to take things to the next level as this business is about to really scale. My question is it not true that skills can be taught and attitude, not so much? The skills involved were technical ones around scaling the operations. I just would have liked to have seen them give him a chance by at least informing him of what it would take. I think oftentimes we're very short-sighted as the owner and it's getting to be a bigger corporation and things shift and you really can become short-sighted because now they have leaked some poison into this entire team. They loved that manager. Now he's back with all the other baristas, which is not a terrible thing. It's all going to be about how we can handle it, which I talked to him about in depth yesterday. But the idea is that when staff see how their work contributes to something bigger than themselves, the energy on the property shifts and guests notice. This is the difference between just showing up and creating unforgettable experiences. So, if you zoom out a little bit, you can see hospitality at its core is an act of care for the human spirit. The experience we are providing isn't merely accommodations, it's belonging, awakening, comfort, wonder. And that kind of impact cannot flow from a staff that is disconnected, burnt out, or simply checking boxes. Meaning must start inside the gate before it can be delivered outside the gate. Our teams are not gears in a machine, they are humans longing for purpose, direction, identity, contribution. And when a leader says, I see who you are, and there is a place for your dreams right here, you transform a job into a calling. Meaning is the real currency of hospitality. Money is just the receipt. So, how do we turn this belief into measurable operational reality and revenue? Here are the practices of meaning driven outdoor hospitality leaders. You need to model total commitment to the vision. Let the team witness the mission through your daily actions. Learn people's dreams, career goals, passions, personal aspirations. Show them the pathway, how being here moves them closer to what they want. Celebrate contribution toward purpose, not just productivity. Train teams on the why before the how. Build a culture where transformation is valued as much as transactions. When team purpose aligns with business purpose, staff stay longer, guests feel more connected, and revenue flows. This week, I want to encourage you to ask one team member, what do you want your future to look like? And how can I help you get there? Then genuinely look for a way to make that happen. Because when your people believe their growth matters, they will take better care of your guests and everybody wins. I've put in the description today 5 ways that you can help me transform the world through hospitality. But I want to kind of focus in on just one right now because every Thursday I join a number of outdoor hospitality professionals in a free roundtable, just open to all. It's been one of the most enriching, insightful, and fun experiences. And I just want to invite you all to join us if you like. I post about this on LinkedIn all the time. I'll put the link in the comments. But in an effort to make everything better, I transferred to a different portfolio and basically screwed everything up. So I'm back on one simple link. You register once and come anytime you like. And that's Thursdays at 10 Mountain Time, which means it's 9 Pacific, 11 Central, and noon Eastern, if I'm right with the world clock and the way it all goes. People are inspired by what not, let me say this again. Okay. I say this 1,000 times a week. People, human beings, are not inspired by what they know to be accurate, but by what they believe is possible for them. And hospitality helps them believe. Thank you for joining me on Expitality Time, where we transform the world one guest experience at a time. Get outside and come back and tell me about what that